Blackberry Motorist by Richard Brautigan. The blackberry vines grew all around and climbed like green dragon tails the sides of some old abandoned warehouse in an industrial area that had seen its day. The vines were so huge that people laid planks across them like bridges to get at the good berries at the center of them. There were many bridges reaching into the vines. Some of them were 5 or 6 planks long, and it took careful balancing to get back in there, because if you fell off, there were nothing but blackberry vines for 15 feet or so beneath you, and you could really hurt yourself on their thorns. This was not a place you went casually to gather a few blackberries for a pie or to eat with some milk and sugar on them. You went there because you were getting blackberries for winter's jam or to sell them because you needed more money than the price of a movie. There were so many blackberries back in there that it was hard to believe. They were huge, like black diamonds, but it took a lot of medieval blackberry engineering, chopping entrances and laying bridges to be successful, like the siege of a castle. The castle has fallen! Sometimes when I got bored with picking blackberries, I used to look into the deep shadowy dungeon-like places way down in the vines. You could see things that you couldn't make out down there, and shapes that seemed to change like phantoms. Once I was so curious that I crouched down on a fifth plank of a bridge that I had put together way out there in the vines and stared hard into the depths, where thorns were like spikes on a wicked mace, until my eyes got used to the darkness and saw a Model A sedan directly underneath me. I crouched on that plank for a long time, staring down at the car until I noticed that my legs were cramped. It took me about 2 hours to tunnel my way to the ripped clothes and many bleeding scratches into the front seat of the car with my hands on the steering wheel, a foot on the gas pedal, a foot on the brake, surrounded by the smell of castle-like upholstery, and staring from twilight darkness through the windshield up into my green, sunny shadows. Some other blackberry pickers came along and started picking blackberries on the planks above me. They were very excited. I think it was the first time they had ever been there and seen blackberries like that. I sat there in the car underneath them and listened to them talk. "Hey, look at this blackberry,"